come and join me. So, explain to me, what exactly have you been measuring?
Well, since I always look at the TEDTalks on the internet, I was really, I wanted to know what happens in the brain of a real TED participant. So I took this lady from the street in Maastricht and I asked her, can I measure your brain while you're a participant at TED? And she volunteered, kind of. Yeah. And we measured her brain using EEG.
Show us, show us, show us. This little machine here.
Little machine, we put electrodes on her head, on the frontal part of the head and on the central part. So the frontal part is where attention is being regulated and the central part is where movements are being regulated and where you observe movements.
Did it hurt? No. Good.
No.
So what did you come up with? What kind of results?
Well, the results, well, first of all, we also measured at home, so to see how a general background brain activity looks like during an average working day. And I plotted the results.
Before you show us, I first want to know from the lady, did you feel, come on, come in the light, come in the light. Did you feel as if you were riveted by everything going on? Did you feel your attention span was up to par?
Yes, I did. I've been attending different conferences since I'm a scientist, and I must say that a TED conference is so much different from a general science conference, and that my attention was far above the average conference level, definitely.
Was it? Was it?
Yes. As you can see in the graph, and on white it's her average attention span during the day. So we plotted the activity level of the frontal cortex, and on red you can see the level of activity in the frontal cortex during this TED conference. We measured until 6 o'clock. During the break we analyzed the results and we plotted it. So what you see is attention span is not a straight line. It goes up and down. But in general, at the TED conference, it was really higher than an average working day. So that's a good thing.
So I see a couple of peaks around 5 o'clock, 7 o'clock. Oh, what was on there?
No, those are the number of the presentations. That's not the actual time. Otherwise, it would be 12 o'clock.
I understand. I'm being silly. I meant, what does that say? It says 35 plus.
Yes, no, so that's a level of attention. It's a measure of the level of attention. And what you see, the attention drops sharply during noon or before noon. And it had something to do, we think, with her having hunger, being really hungry. And after you see the level, the attention increases after lunch. And we also measured the motor cortex. And where you see, I put a little sign at 15, presentation 15, we had a higher spike than average. And that was the performance of the dancers. And that could have something to do, I mean...
Nothing about health.
No, I mean, first of all, well, she's a lady, and of course there were guys on the... That could be what... But what I think is, I mean, the real scientific effect, of course, is that she used to be a semi-professional dancer. So she observes the movements, and we talked about mirror neurons earlier this morning. And maybe it's like when her brain sees all these guys move, that her brain itself is dancing. So that's what we think happened.
It's totally logical, I mean,
yeah, I think
right?
So. Yeah, probably.
What strikes me, though, in your first graph is that the overall movement of the graph is equal to average, only higher.
Yes.
How do you explain?
Well, we have our daily fluctuations of attention span and of activation of the brain. So these biological rhythms are always there. But now it seems that our rhythms are a little bit elevated during this TED day. And I think that's a good result. And this is so remarkable that during the break, we were thinking about it. And normally, we are talking about attention. But because this effect is so remarkable, so profound, we want to introduce a new term in science. And we call it atTEDtion. There's a special level of attention during a day like this.
Nice one. How do you feel your attention is at this point?
It's very good, especially after the dancing bit. Yeah.
It's all about dance for you, actually.
I love to dance. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. Anything you need to add to this?
I think the data speak for themselves. And we have a patient, not a patient, we have a participant involved in the TED experience, so I think it was great to do this.
Thank you very much for taking time to do it. Interesting. Thank you.